inimitable words. She shoots, she scores. These exhilarating words, replete with the magic of ice, speed, and winter, say as much about Joan Snyder as they do about our game. Joan Snyder is a champion of many playoffs. A captain of women in sport, she created the Joan Snyder Program of Excellence in Women's Hockey, first of its kind in Canada. She has inaugurated a facility dedicated to women's hockey. The Joan Snyder Rink will put little girls into skates and keep young women on the ice. A passionate advocate for the development of women athletes, Joan Snyder is also a believer in the well-being of this community. Her generosity is as steadfast as her commitment to the balance of recreation and health. She has aided the Salvation Army, Agape Hospice, Winsport, and Fort Calgary. She has fostered innovative medical research. Honoring the spirit of her pioneering parents, she created the Calvin, Phoebe, and Joan Snyder Chair in Critical Care Research and the Calvin, Phoebe, and Joan Snyder Institute of Infection, Immunity, and Inflammation. She encourages curiosity and enthusiasm. She promotes research toward effective outcomes. Joan Snyder is herself infectious, never immune to a worthy cause, and always ready to fan the flames of success in others. Her selfless conviction demonstrates how one person can transform a community. Here is a woman who has offered her support to multiple teams in the ongoing tournament of learning and discovery. She drops the puck so that everyone can score. When Joan Snyder came in today, she said, "There's my team." I think we all want to be part of her team. So, Eminent Chancellor, I present to you Joan Snyder, philanthropist and visionary, fan and mentor, keeper of the flame in our face-off with health and good fortune. On behalf of the Senate and the University, I invite you to invest her with the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
I have to make this official now.
Sit down now.
You can't.
I can?
Not yet. Joan Snyder, it is my honor as Chancellor of the University of Calgary to confer upon you the degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa and grant you all of the rights, privileges, powers, and responsibilities pursuant to that degree. Congratulations, and we are ever, ever so proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Eminent Chancellor, Madam President, honored guests, faculty members, graduating students, members, families, and friends. This is indeed a very special day. For you, the graduates, your family and friends who have supported you in all your endeavors, and for me, who never expected to receive such an honor. I was bowled over when I was told that I was to receive an honorary degree. It came as a total surprise, and I am totally humbled. I wish to thank the University of Calgary, all those people who helped me along the way, people like President Elizabeth Cannon, Dr. Wayne Giles, Dean of Kinesiology, Dr. Paul Cubes, Director of the Snyder Institute, Danielle Goyette, coach of the Dinos women's hockey team, and Dr. Grant Gall, former Dean of Medicine, who has since passed away. It was Dr. Gall who first twisted my arm on the creation of the Snyder Institute. He had such patience and faith in me. God bless him. Also, thanks to all my friends and associates and the backroom gals who have helped me along the way, as no one does it alone. No one is an island unto himself. Thanks to my parents, Calvin and Phoebe Snyder, and my grandmother, Graham Wilson, I have enjoyed a full and wonderful life. The values of work and play they instilled in me have served me well. I wouldn't change a thing. Although I never went to university myself, I hold education in the highest regard. So today is doubly special for me. I never imagined being given such an honor. Thank you all. I grew up in a small prairie town in Saskatchewan during the Depression and the war years, and then moved to Calgary. The lessons I learned from my family and my community have been a foundation for me throughout my life. Lessons like caring for others, being a go-getter and a can-doer, going where life takes you, and not forgetting to have fun along the way. Sharing with others was something that everyone did as a matter of course back then, whether it was helping an elderly person with dementia find their way home, or caring for my cousin Roy, who had polio. We all pitched in to help one another. These early lessons in kindness and acceptance and keeping my feet on the ground have been guiding principles for my life. They also helped me develop a lifelong understanding of the importance of medical care and research. Polio was a debilitating disease back then, but thanks to research, there is now a vaccine to prevent it. And I know research is the key to the breakthroughs like this in the future. My parents also installed in me the importance of sport, work, play, and humor. My mother, Phoebe, was a great sportswoman. She used to borrow her brother's hockey stick and play street hockey using a frozen road apple for a puck. She was a great skater. In fact, she was so good that my aunt once suggested during a hockey game that someone should grab onto Mom's girdle to hold her back. That was the only thing that could. Through sports, you learn about self-discipline, collaboration, team play, and camaraderie that lasts a long time, a lifetime. I think my parents were probably wishing I'd learned self-discipline a little bit earlier than I did, because when I was about 13, my family and I were driving to a cousin's wedding in Edmonton when the road ran out, complete washout. My father took a detour across the hard, open prairie, hoping the ground would be frozen enough to hold the car. When even that became dubious, my father stopped the car, and both he and my mother got out and walked ahead to see if our route was passable, and then shook their heads. In the back seat, I said, "Graham, I think I can do it." "Sure you can, Joan," she replied, "always the booster." So I scrambled over the front seat, took the wheel, and went full speed ahead. And I did. I can still see the startled look on my parents' faces as I came barreling down on them, and then thinking, oh my gosh, I'm in trouble now. But then they started yelling, don't stop now, keep her going, don't stop, keep her going, and waved me on. Well, we made it to the wedding on time, and I believe that can-do spirit they encouraged in me has been the key to any successes I may have had along the way. No matter the roadblocks in your life, you will find a way. When I was your age, there wasn't a roadmap as to where my life would take me. My father passed away suddenly of cancer in 1961, leaving my mother and me to run the family affairs. I hadn't attended university, but little did I know they had been preparing me for the responsibilities to come. I can remember being up on a rig when I was only 4 or 5, watching them pull pipe, and my mother's dismay at the mud on my dress. My family's business interests were so diverse that I developed a very wide knowledge base: oil and gas, farming, and investments. By the 50s, I had traveled the length and the breadth of Saskatchewan and Alberta, meeting businessmen, farming operators, and people from all walks of life. This encouraged me to maintain a broad focus, to be adventurous and take a risk now and then. Around the dinner table, my family would discuss business plans and world events. These dinner table discussions taught me how to debate, to be an independent thinker. They were always conducted with respect and trust, which I hope is still the way I operate today. You know, I've never conducted my business or personal affairs with the expectation of receiving awards or recognition. For many years, I kept a low profile until good people like Ken King and Grant Gall, they blew my cover by getting me to drop the puck at center ice at a Flames game. I'm so glad they convinced me. It was one of the highlights of my life and great fun. I'm so glad I'm now in a position to give back to the community. You can always give back and share, in good times or bad, in ways big and small. Every gift or act of kindness makes a difference. I know that your generation is already doing this, and I encourage you to make it a way of life. It will reward you tremendously. Whenever I've taken on a project, it's because I see a need and thoroughly believe in it, and it is done from my heart. I'm excited by the wonderful things that are being accomplished at the Calvin, Phoebe, and Joan Snyder Institute for infection, immunity, and inflammation. When Dr. Gall came to me with the idea for the Institute, it piqued my pioneering spirit, and I knew it was right up my alley. I'm proud to say that the Snyder Institute's research has the potential to touch on nearly every aspect of human health, and I am looking forward to hearing about the discoveries I know they will continue to make. Stay tuned. It was because of my mother's passion for sports that I set up the Program of Excellence in women's hockey at the U of C. Thanks to Dean Wayne Giles and Coach Danielle Goyette, the U of C girls are now contenders again in Canadian inter-university play. I'm so proud of these girls, some of whom I know are here today. I'm looking forward to even greater things as Danielle continues to lead and recruit, and Dr. Giles ensures the girls achieve their academic goals. One moment, please. I'm also pleased that I've been able to help assure the future of women's hockey, guaranteeing their own dressing rooms and ice time at Canada Olympic Park under President Dan O'Neill at Winsport, Canada. I am choosing to support these projects now because of the great pleasure it gives me to see the results of my gifts rather than 6 feet under. Watching the U of C's progress in the past few years has been a rewarding and uplifting experience. Graduates, you are at the right place at the right time. In the mid-1800s, the Palliser expedition reported that large parts of the prairies were barren, God-forsaken, uninhabitable lands. But our ancestors took a chance, and through sheer hard work and perseverance, they built us a masterpiece. Because of the can-do spirit of Calgary, people in the 50s, like my family, left Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, to seek the freedom to expand their horizons that Alberta offered, to build, to innovate, to explore. Alberta, and particularly Calgary, became a beacon for the best and the brightest, and it is even brighter today. Look at your president, Elizabeth Cannon. She came to the U of C from Prince Edward Island as an undergrad. Like the spirit of Calgary, and now she's president of the university, and what a dynamo we have. They are coming here from all over the world to Calgary, and you too can carry Calgary's spirit of innovation into your new endeavors and your new world. In conclusion, I'd like to say this. To the graduating class of 2011, who have worked so hard to accomplish their goals and be here today, never stop learning and exploring new ideas. One door closes, another one will open, and you never know what new and exciting things will emerge. You may even end up at an entirely unexpected career path. Don't be afraid to be different. Don't let the naysayers hold you back. Better a booster be than a knocker. So, take a risk, take the wheel, and go full speed ahead. Sharing your successes and giving back to the community will give you great pleasure. Finally, and most importantly, live a well-rounded life with your feet on the ground and with a sense of humor and fun, lots of fun. The future is bright, and I congratulate each and every one of you on your achievements today and what I know you will accomplish in the years to come. Thank you, and all the best in the future.